Welcome everyone into another edition of Weekend Winners, and this week we look at Albion Park on Saturday night on the Metro program, and the first race of 10 kicks off at around 5:38 Queensland time. We'll be interviewing Pete McMullen, also Nathan Dawson and Chris Geary as they look at their prospects, three of them for the program, and we'll find out how good they think their chances are for this Saturday night. With Pete McMullen here at Weekly Winners, and we're going to discuss his drives on Saturday night at Albion Park, where he's picking up some important drives, and one of them will be Tin Roof Raider in race 2, Pete. Tin Roof Raider, he's done a lot of work his past two starts, and he hasn't been far away. Bad draw this Saturday night, he'll have to overcome the second row, but he's a good each-way chance.
Yeah, definitely. Last week he did a power work early and pretty slick first quarter, and unfortunately only able to get to the dead seat there, and he faded a little bit, but all in all his run was still okay, and prior to that his form was very sound. So won a Rising Stars final a few starts back. So with a little bit of luck and a nice trip, he's definitely going to be in with a shot.
Yeah, he does look a good each-way chance. Just the draw does look a little bit of against him. The second drive that we're going to talk about today, Pete, is Matt Gregor, one of the stable stars, and his run last time when second at Albion Park, he charged. They made a lot of ground in a quick last half. He may have to adopt the same tactics here, but he's been a great horse for the stable.
Yeah, he's a super horse, very good horse. Last week he failed there last week, but he's fresh up for a few weeks, and start prior was super. Yeah, so this week it looks like we're going to drive him off the pace, which he probably is better as long as the tempo is genuine. So if everything works out well, there'll be no stopping him.
Yeah, he looks another good chance, and another great chance you've got on the program is Glenferrie Hood. He looked very unlucky last start, Pete. He's a horse that does possess good gate speed, and now that he's drawn off the front row, he could be hard to beat if he's at the top end.
Yeah, he's just a marvellous old horse, and once again he comes into this race with pretty good form, and it depends on where he is. We've got plenty of options there. He's got super gate speed, and we kind of let Hoodie do what he wants to do, and if he wants to sort of go forward, we're going to have to probably let him go forward. If there's a few others there looking for the same spot, we might have to change that plan, but it doesn't really matter where he is. He can lead and be super in front, or he can come from last, which is where he's won some feature races before, so it doesn't really matter where we are in the run, but he's just always a great chance.
Yeah, he's a tough old campaigner, Glenferrie Hood. Now to those three, what would you rate your best chance there, Pete?
It's sort of always hard to go past Hoodie. He's most weeks he always picks me up and helps me out and gets a winner, so fingers crossed he can do the job again this week.
Speaking with Pete McMullen, good luck on Saturday night, Pete, and we thank you for your time.
Thank you.
About to speak with driver Nathan Dawson, who's got three key drives on Saturday night at Albion Park, and the first one of those comes up in the first race on a horse called Three Mugs In, who's drawn a bit poorly, Nathan, drawn the 10, but his run last start was pretty good behind an informed horse in I'm a Top Tycoon, where he had to do all the work sitting outside the leader.
Yeah, that's right. He's in good form at the moment, so hopefully if there's a bit of speed on with the back line, he'll suit us down to the ground.
And Three Mugs In, he's had a few runs this preparation. He seems to be pretty versatile, so the 10 might be able to worry him, Nathan.
No, that's right. Being back at Albion definitely suits him as well, and it doesn't really matter where he lobs in the run, he's always in the finish.
Another horse that you're driving that's in flying form is always in command for informed trainer Donnie Smith. It's won its last 5 straight at Redcliffe, and it comes up against a field that it's definitely winnable against. Donnie Smith has already got a double here today at Redcliffe. How do you rate its chances?
Yeah, I rate him a very good chance. He's up in class again, but hopefully he can take the next step, and I think he should be pretty hard to beat.
He's had limited starts at Albion Park. I saw he ran third behind that horse of Ryan Viva's horse along a few months ago, and it wasn't a good run then. So I think his chances are good. And the other one, speaking of Ryan Viva's, is Secret Agent Tycoon, who you drive for. He's also drawn awkwardly, but he's a horse that's been flying since coming back from Victoria.
Yeah, that's right. He's in great form. His last run was pretty good, being first up. I think he'll take a lot out of that run, so hopefully with a nice bit of luck in the race, we should be pretty hard to beat.
He's a horse that is also versatile, he's got good gate speed and can reel off some really fast sectionals.
Yeah, that's right. He's got ability on his side, so it doesn't really matter where you run. He's always puts himself into the race.
Out of those three drives you've got on Saturday night, which one do you think would be your best main hope?
Probably Always in Command with a good draw. Probably be the best chance, I reckon.
Always in command each way. Thank you very much, Nathan, for your time, and good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you very much.
Speaking with Nathan Dawson on his drives on Saturday night. Here on Weekly Winners, we speak to driver Chris Geary, who has some important drives on Saturday night at Albion Park. And one of those, it comes up in race 4 on the program in CU in Nashville. He's been an ultra-consistent pacer. He's been in good form. How do you rate his chances on Saturday night, Chris?
Yeah, like I said, he's a horse that's been racing really well, and he probably finds himself with a bit of a tough draw this week, so he's probably going to end up back into the field. But if they run the race upside down, and like I said, I'm sure that the way he's been racing, he'll be thereabouts for sure.
Yeah, especially if the speed's on, he'll be one that will be hitting the line really strongly. Another horse that you are driving is Clarkey, and you drove him perfectly last start and gave him every chance. He wasn't far away running 5th. He was strip fitted from the few runs he's had from a brief let up. He's an older horse, but he seems very versatile and can do it at either end.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, he's a horse that's he is getting a bit older now, so it's going to take him a few runs to sort of get back to that fitness and where he needs to be at. But like I said, last week was really encouraging. I thought he raced really well. And I think he's drawn pretty handy. I think he might be won the second line this week, so he'll be able to follow through and get a pretty handy spot. And if a bit of luck goes his way at the right time, I'm sure he'll be finishing strong.
And one of the other drives is the trotter in race 9 on the program, Just a Bit Noisy. It's been around the money lately, and Doug Lee's had some good luck with his trotters, and he gets them going well. It's a good field, but it's definitely not out of the race.
No, definitely. Like you said, I think 2 starts ago was the first time I sat behind him, and he led up here at Redcliffe and was only just run down late, and it was a really good run. And last week he sort of got put away on the fence, and they went a pretty steady first half and ripped home quite strong. But I don't think he got beat far in the end. So like I said, 20 metres probably makes it a little bit tricky for him. But if he can step and find himself in a good spot, then he's more than competitive.
Well, thank you, Chris Geary, for your time. And out of those 3 drives, what would be your best chance? And do you think the other 2 that you don't mention also could run a place at odds?
Yeah, I'd probably say Just a Bit Noisy would nearly be my best chance. Like you said, with those stands, he might be able to step and put himself in a really good spot. So, and he is racing well, so I'd say that he'd probably be my best hope.
Well, good luck on Saturday night with those drives, and good to see you up on your feet after earlier. And thank you for your time, Chris.
No worries, thank you.
My best bet on the program comes up in race 7, number 11, which is Secret Agent Tycoon for Nathan Dawson. We spoke about the horse earlier. Secret Agent Tycoon has won 6 of his past 9 starts, 4 of his last 5, with mile rates of 154 and under. He's a versatile type that can lead or come from back in the field. He's going to have to come from back in the field on Saturday night, drawn 11. But he's a smart type, and you can forgive his last run where he didn't get into the race, winning his past 4 starts prior. Race 7, number 11, Secret Agent Tycoon. My best bet on Saturday night at Albion Park.